Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to show you guys something that I picked up on immediately at the beginning of this Ukraine war. I'm going to show you guys that my discernment is a little bit different than other people's. I'm going to show you guys Volodymyr Zelenskyy and his entitlement mindset and his borderline tyrant mindset. I'm going to show you his lack of understanding of democracy. I'm going to show you his lack of understanding of America. I'm going to show you his lack of understanding of Americans. I'm going to show you that he does not believe in freedom of speech. And not only does he not believe in freedom of speech, he doesn't believe you have a right to an opinion. And if you have an opinion, bad consequences will happen if it doesn't align with his. Now, we sit here and we talk about Putin, and we're right to talk about Putin when he's a dictator, and we sit here and we criticize that. There's nothing wrong with that. But that has nothing to do with this other guy, because this other guy's no different. And I'm going to show it. There's a 2 to 3 minute clip of him answering questions. Now, I got this out of a almost 3 hour long press conference. But in this clip, he says some very interesting things that should make you go, whoa, who does this guy think he is? And if it doesn't, all power to you. You know why? Because in America, we have a right to an opinion. Doesn't matter what the opinion is. Doesn't matter if it's self-destructive. But you're going to see that he doesn't think you have that right. And hopefully, just hopefully, it opens your eyes to the real motivation of us being in Ukraine. So we're going to start the video right now.
That a growing number of Americans believe that the US is giving too much support to Ukraine. What would your message be on the anniversary to those Americans? Thank you.
I would like to thank the American people. I would like to thank all of the American people that are supporting Ukraine, the Congress, the President, the TV channels, the journalists, and everyone that has been supporting us. And that percentage of Americans, as you've mentioned, is increasing. I can tell them only one thing. If they do not change their opinion, if they do not understand us, if they do not support Ukraine, they will lose NATO, they will lose the clout of the United States, they will lose the leadership position that they are enjoying in the world, that they are enjoying for a very fair reason, and they will lose the support of the country with 40 million of population, with millions of children. Are American children any different than ours?
So did you hear what he said? Now, I'm just going right through, and I know the area of the video to come back in and talk, because I know exactly what he said. What he said is, to all the people who believe in us, who agree with my opinion on this war, to everyone who agrees with me, I appreciate you, I thank you. Now, to the growing population, as the reporter put it, to the growing population, the percentage of people who disagree with me, you're going to be the cause of your country losing favor in the world. You're going to be the cause of the downfall of America. Not just that. If that's not bad enough, you, the guy who's working in a manufacturing plant somewhere, if you don't agree that we should use your tax dollars for Ukraine, you're going to be the cause of the downfall of your country. That's what he said. I don't have to make this up. I don't have to add anything, any context. This is what this man just told you. Now, not only did he tell you that, but he said, and you're going to lose the support of Ukraine. So, if you don't support Ukraine, you're going to be the downfall of your country, and you're going to lose our support. There's 40 million of us, you know that. What has Ukraine ever done for the United States again? Just curious. Just curious. You're going to lose the support of Ukrainians. Are our kids any different than yours? Yes, they are, as a matter of fact. You're not American. So by the mindset that he has, by the arrogance, by the entitlement thought process that he has, when it comes time to put boots on the ground, because they are our equals, we need to send our soldiers. Are our kids any different than yours? Yes.
Don't Americans enjoy the same things as we do? I don't think we're that different. And I'm actually very happy that we have bipartisan support, but we keep hearing those messages from time to time, and they're dangerous. There are political leaders that are elected by people, and if this issue is raised, those political leaders need to be responsible and cautious because people are looking at them.
Did you hear that? We're not much different from you guys. But your opinion is dangerous. Really? Your opinion to not pay for my war with another country that's not related to yours is dangerous. And all you politicians, you better be very careful. Be very careful, because you're being watched. What does that mean? These sound like dictators' threats. All you politicians, the American people voted you in, you better be careful. Be careful with those opinions. I'm not making this up. This is what he's saying. Can you hear what he's saying? Think about what he's saying.
Who wants a third world war? Would anyone Would anyone be willing to accept that risk? The U.S. is never going to give up on the NATO member states. If it happens so that Ukraine, due to various opinions and weakening and depleting of assistance, loses, Russia is going to enter Baltic states, NATO member states, and then the U.S. will have to send their sons and daughters exactly the same way as we are sending their sons and daughters to war.
Do you hear what he's saying? Your opinion is not only dangerous, but if we lose because you don't want to pay for me to fight, you're going to cause World War III. Do you hear what this man's mindset is? This is why he's so arrogant with your money. And when he said, what did he say? This is not a charity. This is a responsibility. He believed it. People said, oh, he didn't mean it that way. I am proving to you right now that that is exactly what he meant. If you have a different, your opinion is dangerous, and your opinion is could cause your political leaders to say, you know what, we can't support it the way you want us to. We are going to deplete the funds. This is what he said. And you will be the cause of World War III. Not that we're already in a world war by supporting another country that is not a NATO ally. No. That's not going to cause the world war. What's going to cause it is if he loses. This is how tyrants think. He is the most important man in the world, according to him. And if he loses, World War III. And it's your fault. It won't be his fault. It won't be his fault for not wanting to go to the table. It'll be your fault for disagreeing, for sending him to send him weapons. It's what he's saying. I'm not making this up. I'm showing you proof that when I saw him, immediately I knew something was off with him. I said, this man is corrupt. This man is dangerous. And I'm going to put every Ukraine video on, like I always do. They're just piling up. There's at least 10 now. Go all the way back to the very beginning. Who is this guy? He's an actor. He's part of the community. And now he's sitting here telling you, you don't have a right to an opinion. Well, sorry, you have a right to an opinion, but the wrong opinion will cause World War III, and it's on you. And it'll cause the downfall of your country. This man, he lost his ever-loving mind. But he's dead serious. And this is who our politicians are rallying you around. Talking about how important Ukraine is. All of a sudden, by the way.
The U.S. is never going to give up on the NATO member states. If it happens so that Ukraine, due to various opinions and weakening and depleting of assistance, loses, Russia is going to enter Baltic states, NATO member states, and then the U.S. will have to send their sons and daughters exactly the same way as we are sending their sons and daughters to war.
Now that last part was really important. Really important. If you don't agree with me, the great 4'11" Volodymyr Zelenskyy, if you don't agree with me, Napoleon, not only will your country lose its status, as if we care about globalism, he does, because it's what's keeping him alive. Not only will we lose our status, but you will be responsible for World War III, and you will have to send. This is the most amazing part. Sorry, it's insane to me. This is the most amazing part. Then, if I lose this war, then Putin will go into a real ally of yours, and then you'll have to send your kids into war. Talk about a what if. If I lose, that's not the end of it. If I lose, he's going to send more soldiers into a real ally of yours. He's not a part of NATO. But if you keep up with this dangerous opinion, he's going to send troops into one of your real allies. Then you're going to have to send your kids to war. No, we won't. No, we won't. Don't put yourself on our level. You don't even understand freedom of speech. You don't even believe in freedom of thought. And you're sitting here telling us what it's going to look like when you die? Listen. In the beginning, there were nations. Some nations go to war with other nations in territorial disputes. It happens. Matter of fact, it happened here. It happened here. We fought for the land that we're on many fronts. It didn't threaten the world. And before we got here, we didn't have some douchebag telling us, hey, if you do this, you're going to lose clout. That's what nations do. You fight the bad guy. We helped you. We offered assistance. That's not enough. The money wasn't enough. We need weapons. That's what he said. Not too long ago. We don't need money. We need weapons. Okay, then let's give us the money back. Pay me back. I could use those taxes. Pay me back. We need weapons, we need ammunition, we need tanks, we need airplanes. Oh, I bet you do need jets. You're in war. Fight it. You can sit here and compel me to not only be for your war, but to pay for it. To not only pay for it, to fight it. It's insane. He wants us to fight the war for him. Fight your war. Stop telling me that it's my responsibility to pay for it and to fight it. By this guy saying, give us your weapons, give us your ammo, give us your tanks, give us your fighter jets, train us to do it. What do you think this is?
The United States has pledged hundreds of armored vehicles, rockets and artillery shells to Ukraine as part of a new $2.5 billion military assistance package. There are missiles, heavier guns, tanks, armored vehicles and more ammunition which are on its way for the Ukrainian forces. The big question is which way the tide will change in the Russia-Ukraine war.
This man is at war. I get it. But you should be begging me. I don't want you to kiss my hand, but that's where I am. You don't make commands of me. You don't threaten me. You don't lecture me about my responsibility to help you. The level of entitlement it's really gross. Like, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? You're really sitting here telling me my responsibilities to help you. You don't understand freedom. Is that why you go around locking up people who disagree with you in your country? Is that where that comes from? Is that why you can go around your country and shut down churches that have people in it that disagree with you? Well, guess what? You're now begging Christians for help. Doesn't matter how arrogantly you do it. You need me. Sorry. Sorry, little guy. You need me. I don't need you. And apparently he's Dionne Warwick, and he can predict the future and tell me that Putin is going to go after a real ally after that. And then you have no choice. Okay, then I'll wait for that.
Your money is not charity. It's an investment in the global security and democracy that we handle in the most responsible way.
That we handle in the most responsible way.